All right, how's everyone doing tonight? What's up? Let's see, we kind of hear you talking, but still see. Funny. Yes, well, here I am. Hello, everyone. I'm KGart82. I have been a toy sculptor, 3D modeler for about 20 years now, doing stuff for Hasbro and Mattel and Diamond Select Toys. And I'm still doing that, but now I'm streaming and doing it on my own, doing stuff for me and trying to encourage people to do stuff for themselves too. So welcome. You can find me on Instagram, KGart82. Also on YouTube, I post my VODs, so if you miss streams and you want to watch, you can watch there. Oh, Kevin just faded up. I did too today. Yep, I did that myself. Yeah, I gave myself a haircut today. I needed to get that done. But, you know, thank you everyone for jumping in already so early tonight, and let's just get into it. Wow! got the stream streak, 5 streams. Also, let's do this. Let's do shout out to Mr. Wedge, because he is always super supportive. All of you guys are super supportive, but Wedge also streams. He is a really dope dude. We're going to try to do a collab stream pretty soon. Ads are going to start in 5 minutes. It's the first ads of the night, and then we'll be clear for an hour. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to do that for a bit now to save money. My wife got me some cool clippers, and it makes it pretty easy. And I keep it simple, so it's not like super crazy. But thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, Wedge, awesome streamer. He paints, he plays Hearthstone, he paints minis. We're going to try to do a collab stream in a couple weeks. Now we'll see how we sync it up and how our schedules go. He's going to paint IRL, and I'm going to paint in ZBrush. Yeah, haircut for, yeah, haircuts are insanely expensive now. But yeah, let's bring Jeff into the scene. Yeah. Sharky boy. Turns perspective off. All right, so where we last left off, we were just kind of about halfway through the body, kind of got all the sculpting done for the detail work on the toes and the front legs, and now I want to go through and kind of refine the kind of midsection here up by the fin on his back, and then a little bit underneath. We're not going to get rid of these little fins, Josh, sorry. And then we're going to sculpt up the meat of the legs, basically just like give him some nice volume. And then I know we're almost already there because of how simple this pose is, but then we'll get him going into his pose. And hopefully by tonight, he'll either be in this pose or close to. For those of you who haven't been with me for a stream, I only stream for a couple hours on Saturdays, so, you know, we get as much done as we can. We have a good time hanging out and chatting, and yeah, we have a good time. And again, I appreciate all the folks that come in early. We usually have a few folks come in a little bit later too, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, tonight's going to be super chill, just kind of beefing up his body, and then we'll get into posing. I'm hoping that I get through the sculpting bits of the body within the first hour, so that way the last hour can be posing, and then that'll be fun. But yeah, I just want to add kind of some volume back here, and I'm going to do it at this like low level first, just to kind of round him out. You can see it kind of like was sinking in there from the early part of the model. So I'm just using what's called the clay tubes brush. It just kind of adds material, and then I'll slowly go in and kind of like smooth it out lightly, so we can keep the volume but get rid of the lumpiness. And then we'll slowly step it up and try to fill in some of the pockets that kind of remain. But how's everyone doing? How was your week? It's Easter week. I don't know if anybody celebrates or practices or whatever, but I hope y'all are gonna, you know, do something fun with family or friends. And if not, have a chill weekend. Today, what did I do? I had breakfast with a bunch of the guys from my church and our new pastor that has joined us. She's really cool, really excited to have her as part of the family, and this is going to be her first Easter with us, so that'll be cool. Also, totally welcoming here. If you don't celebrate Easter or anything like that, not a big deal. All right, ads are going to start in about 30 seconds. But yeah, what do you all got going on this weekend? Any fun plans? see. Your morning, that's right, your keyboard. Ah, man, that sucks. All right, ads are starting right now. So when the ads start, please stick through. Keisha, I'm so sorry to hear about your keyboard, and I'm assuming it's like a really awesome keyboard that you've super enjoyed, and now you gotta get it. Can you get it repaired, or are you just gonna have to replace it? That's my question, because it sounds like it's a cool keyboard. All right, now I'm kind of going in with this harsh polish brush. What I like about this is it gets some good plane changes going. Let's see. Just work for you. For Easter, might go to a baseball game on Tuesday. Oh, that's cool. What game? I don't keep up with sports, so I don't know who's playing when. So you'll have to tell me like what game is going. I haven't been to a baseball game in so long. It would be nice to go. Really close friend of mine, their family is pretty into baseball, and they've even taken my kid to a game, like without us. So it'd be fun to like go to a game with them. Anyone else got fun Easter plans? We're just hopping around all over the place. Obviously, we have, you know, the typical stuff that goes on in the morning with the church, and then ads are started going. So I'm going to stop talking, unless anybody who is subbed. Josh, see, I wish it didn't have plans. Sounds familiar. Like me too. Like I'm actually like enjoy the plans that we have, but it's just rushing around and going to different places on Easter is just, you know, it's a lot. Also, it's any holiday when you got family and kids and you got to bounce back and forth from place to place. It's a lot, you know. Exactly. You don't want plans on Sunday. It's fair. But you know, at least most Sundays you don't, right? See, feels like I should just. Yeah. For real. Should be all Sundays. Wouldn't that be nice, man? All right, let me see my other little reference here to see. Now this I think might be in-game reference. Somebody pulled the game character out. Looks pretty good. I think I might need to get his gills in there, but probably on the other side. Oh, and you know what? I might need to model. I have one more thing I need to futz with on the collar, because it looks like you rarely see it, but he's got this. Also, welcome back from the ads. Sorry, I was talking. Where the collar kind of like hooks in the back, and I just didn't notice that. So I'll need to mess with that on the other side, but that won't be too crazy. I'm still gonna focus on the body tonight. Looks like he does have a little bit of a like area where the skin might fold there. I might just do that for the front. So I'm gonna do a little, use a standard brush, kind of build up. Oh. See, I don't know yet. I'll have to go see because the right side of my keyboard doesn't work. That includes my number pad and volume, pause. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So, well, you know, I hope that it can be repaired, or at least if it can be repaired, that, you know, that's the cost-effective option, you know? Otherwise, might as well just get a new keyboard, which it's never fun when our stuff fails us and we need to repair and replace. It's nice when you have, like, you know you're gonna spend some money. You're like, I'm planning to buy this thing. But then when you gotta shell it out because something fails you, not fun. Let's see. It's a bobblehead night. Oh, so you want to get it. Plus, I have to take my sick days and vacations now. So I still have one more day before my work anniversary coming. Oh, cool. So you've been working there for a bit now, right? It was like, is this going to be 11 years now? Was it? Because I thought you said like 10 years last time we were talking about how long you've been working there. Oh, and now, and since we're talking about you, I shouted out Mr. Wedge. I also always want to shout out, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hold on just a sec. All right, everyone, if you like gaming and watching folks who play Fortnite, Keisha, I know you do. Zach has just gotten back into streaming. He used to stream a while back, and he's kind of getting back into it. Just made affiliate, I thought, and he's been playing Fortnite. Not COD. What were we playing last time? I don't remember. I also caught him playing Stray once, which is awesome. I still haven't played that. Gotta play it soon, because I love kitties. And it looks like a fun game, although people keep telling me that they cried when they were playing it. But yeah, check out Zach. Usually on Fridays, he does Fortnite Fridays. A couple times during the week. Wednesdays, I think you've streamed a couple times. So yeah, for sure check out Zach. So you play variety. Yeah, you are a variety streamer, game streamer. What was funny today? Oh, it was really nice. I was in. I am modding for another streamer, Sad Swim, awesome guy, and I was in his stream and got shouted out there, and it said I was playing art last time, which is funny. And you know, I'm gonna shout him out because he's really cool. And he just brought me on the team as a backup support. I might not be able to shout him out yet though, so let me see. Yeah, he was streaming a lot today. Oh, I have 8 seconds to wait. Yeah, Sad Swim also really great guy, streaming about 4-ish months around the same time that I've been streaming, and yeah, talented photographer, also plays games. Check him out. But yeah, thank you all for being here tonight. I've really enjoyed working on Jeffy here, kind of a palette cleanser. I needed a break from FreeRen as I finish up the base, and well, I'll show some people. I'll show all of you because you guys really, some of you might not have seen. But yeah, this is FreeRen. Still have a bit to do on the base. I have been busy, so I haven't been able to work on her. Thank you, Wedge. I'm getting there. Base is almost done. I've said it many times, like these spires are finished. Now I just need to get the flowers going, and then I'll start streaming her again and do some of the engineering work. And then also in the meantime, aside from working on Freerin and Jeff, I whipped this out because into Pocopia. Hey, what's up, Art? Art of Kills. We'll do this. Hey! Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. Let's see. And while we're here, this is a fun night for me because I get to do this. I feel like all night. Art. Kills. Oh, of course. But yeah, this Pocopia Lass I've been working on. Jeff is very close to being finished. And I've been really having a good time doing it. As soon as I finish posing him, then we'll print him. And then, like I said, Jester Wedge and I are going to do a paint stream, collab stream together. We're going to figure out how we're going to do that, figure out when we're going to do that. And that's when I'll finish up painting Mr. Jeffrey the Shark. Out, art, kills. There we go. Check out Art of Kills. He does a lot of Dead by Daylight. What else do you stream? I've seen you stream a couple of games, and I know you talked about maybe doing some art streams in the future. Let's see, tinkering with the song. Hopefully I don't pass out practicing. Yeah, I hope you don't pass out either, man. So everybody, welcome in. It's nice to have you here. I've been tinkering. Oh, and also, let's see, I know he doesn't stream, but you see him in here. MW Forster, he is a great toy photographer. He's done photography for the Odious figure that I've worked on and told some of you all about. And you can find him on Instagram. So if you can, check him out too, because really talented guy. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you are doing well. For those of you that have just popped in, we were kind of talking about what our Easter plans are. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you celebrate or not. That's not what I'm getting at. But, you know, if you're visiting with family, are you doing that? Are you taking advantage that everybody's going to be doing that? So you're going to go out and do something fun. Let's see, holding a false chord scream for more than 10 seconds. That is crazy, dude. That's 10 seconds is a long time. Holding a note in general, holding something like that. Don't hurt yourself, please. Please, please. All right, so we're beefing up this leg, or rounding it out mainly. Gonna try to get this haunch kind of going here, so that way I have a little bit of something to work with once it gets to posy time. But yeah, Keisha, I hope that you can definitely get your whole keyboard situation resolved sooner than later, and as kind to the wallet as possible. Because, yeah, not fun. It's funny that you talk about 10 seconds for holding something like that, because what was it? I think it was, know how many of you are all into VTubers. I'm not hugely into VTubers, but my gateway tuber and has been for many is Iron Mouse, and she's an incredible singer, classically trained in opera before she really was seriously feeling her illness. And she did a song called, now I'm gonna forget what it's called, Music Box of Fate. And at the very end of it, she holds this incredibly high note for about 10 seconds. And so that's like immediately what I was thinking of, Art, when you were saying that, because I have a frame of reference of something that's pretty incredible already. So I know that a lot of work. So please, you know, it's impressive. Don't hurt yourself. Hey, what's up? Keep Like Art, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, enjoy the shark butt for a moment.
This is a work of art.
Subscribe.
This
hey,
is a work
and thank
of
you
art.
for the subscription.
This
I appreciate
is a
that.
Work of art.
Nice to meet you too. Wow, what a way to meet you as well. I appreciate you coming in and following. Welcome, first time chatter, and for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I do this for fun and to help encourage people to do stuff like this for themselves and be creative and start working on their art. And it's been really nice. I know a few people have been like, hey, you know, I'm actually, this really encourages me and inspires me to get back on that project that I've been pushing off, or yeah, I'm getting really motivated just hanging out. So thank you. Hope, you know, I see that, you know, you also have art in your name. So tell us what you're working on. That's the kind of thing that I like to hear too, is what's everybody doing? What's the projects that they got going? I love when everyone's being creative. Let's see. Just saw a message from Sad Stones Discord saying you were streaming. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did you do that, Keisha? It was your streaming on set. Thank you. Let's see. This is looking awesome. Just Shark is so cute. OMG. Yay. Thank you, swimmers. It's nice to have you here. Of course, it does the autosave right now as someone is coming in to see. But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, been working on Jeff for the past 3 weeks. I think this might be the 4th stream I've been working on him. I only stream for about a couple hours, so this is like 8 hours worth of, well, this is going to be coming up on 8 hours worth of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I do some art too, mainly gig photos, but also drawing and painting sometimes. I'm sure I've seen some of your stuff in the Discord. Yes, thank you. Yes. I mean, I got to give the credit mostly to Jeff himself. Because, you know, yes, I appreciate you saying my Jeffy is cute, but I mean, come on. Look at that guy. It would be hard not to make him cute because it's already such a cute design. But yeah, so thank you very much. And I definitely appreciate the sub. And I know I'm sure I've seen some of your stuff in the Discord. Have you've been posting in the art channel on Swim's Discord? I hope so, because if you haven't, you should, because that's what that's for. What do you go by? Do you go by something else in Discord? Let's see. Oh, you only just joined. Okay, well, hopefully, I can't wait to see some of your stuff because it's a variety. People have been drawing and painting in there, and lots of photography. I mean, obviously, because Swim is a photographer, so yeah. So welcome, welcome, and thank you very much for subscribing. See, I will when I can. Thank you for letting. Yeah, no problem. Like I was saying earlier, I just got added to the mod team over there, so he's my guy, one of my awesome streamers that I like to support. And so yeah, I'm going to talk him up whenever I can. Just like talk up Zach, just like I talk up Wedge and Art, those guys in here. We're all about lifting everyone up and being a little community. W multiple W multiple. Okay, that's really funny. Yeah, it all started. I mean, Zach is. I also mod alongside him, so that's why he's saying that, and it's really really funny because on Tuesdays I mod with him. We both are moderators for Sleebun, and it was very funny because on Tuesday, which was actually the day that I got added to the mod team for Swim, Slee was looking for someone to raid to, and she was having trouble finding someone, and Swim is a good friend of one of Slee's best friends, so I was like, hey, why don't you go raid this guy? And it worked out, and it was nice, but it's also funny because like I mod for him too, but only just started. And I totally would have been doing the same thing either way because I had been following his journey since he started streaming. Again, I think he might have been streaming before, but as soon as he jumped back into it, I jumped in to watch his streams and check him out and support him because Sunny Sunrays, another fun streamer, Awesome Lass, was like, hey, check out my friend. He's just getting into streaming again or starting, and he wants to become affiliate, so he needs help. Or maybe it was his first affiliate stream. That might have been his first affiliate stream. But yeah, so it's been. Let's see. Only just started, but little does he know he's gonna be No. I can't do any more of that. Especially since like I want to figure out ways to grow this. I need to have a little bit more time. I'm happy to help. I think at this point, all of the streamers that I frequent, I mod for, so no more. See, sorry, did you say French streamer or friend? Friend. Yes. One of Swim's friends was like, hey, go watch his stream, and so I did. And it was good, and that's nice because I get to meet more people, and that's what's really been fun. And I appreciate just the support of the Twitch community. It's been a really nice thing to fall into. I didn't really expect to be doing all of this back in early November, late October, when I kind of decided to start streaming. It was one of those things where I hopped in to watch a streamer. I thought it was going to be kind of fun, but wasn't expecting much. And the community turned out to be really awesome. Zach is a big part of that. And I appreciate Zach a lot because I think he he probably wouldn't admit it, but he's a big factor in why Slee's community is as great as it is. I mean, aside from herself. But yeah, getting to kind of see what it's like to see a really nice community and meet a lot of people that encouraged me to start streaming, and then I have met more people. So it's just been a really nice whirlwind, roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. See, every time I missed his stream, that's crazy. Happy I'm in the Discord now. I get to know when y'all stream. Yay! Yeah, so it's been an awesome ride. Been meeting a lot of really cool people, and that's been the best part, because not that I didn't expect to meet cool people, but I wasn't expecting such an also supportive community so quickly, and from like all kinds of different walks of life. So it's just been a really fun time. And also other support that I've been getting is from like the action figure community, because I have a buddy that I did a figure with on Kickstarter, and so that's where I know Josh Brown from, who is in Josh Brown Toys. He's another toy guy. That's how I know Forrester. So it's been really cool to like get to know people a little bit more, and encourage people to do their art. Yeah, I know you're still here. I know you're always kind of looking in the background. My number one supporter guy. Josh is an OG. I've known him for quite a while now, and probably one of the most supportive people I know in general. He's a cool cat, for sure. Okay, let's see how I want to do this. Oh, it looks like there's also a little bit of a roll here, and that curves a little bit more. Also, I'm just kind of like chugging through. I'm not doing anything crazy tonight, so I might leave out describing stuff. So if you have any questions or want to know about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, because we're chatting and I'm not focusing on what I'm doing and describing it, let me know, because I am more than happy to share that info if you're interested. But right now I'm just kind of moving geometry. I'm looking at what's going on in the image here. And it's a little bit forced perspective too, so like I can't change too much. Let's see. I have no clue how this tool is used, but I find it fascinating to watch. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, since you basically don't know what's going on, I'll just give you kind of an overview. This software that I use is called ZBrush. It is primarily a digital modeling software that the primary focus is sculpting. So in a traditional sense, this is one of the first modeling softwares that did it really well. And I come from a traditional sculpting background. That's what I did in college. I did some 3D modeling in college, but I did traditional sculpture there, and then I worked at a small studio doing that as well, and then they started expanding into more digital stuff, and that is where I actually learned how to use ZBrush, was in that small studio. Let's see. All right, gotta go. Have a good rest of stream. Got to rest up before the madness. Yeah, man. Good luck. Enjoy your work day tomorrow. Good luck with the craziness that is probably last minute Easter shoppers. Let's see. And yeah, if I don't talk to you before, I'll see you on Tuesday. Do I know Grumbly? I want to say the name kind of sounds familiar, but no, I do not know Grumbly. Please educate me on Grumbly. Is that a software or is that another streamer? Because that would be funny. I'm hoping that Cat is typing a cool, big, long explanation to tell me about Grumbly. Let's see. He is a mask maker on Twitch. His art is amazing. He's been doing 3D sculpting as well the last few months. You love his streams, I think. Yes, I will try to check him out. And by try, I mean I might forget. So I'm sure we'll talk on Discord more and at some point go, hey, did you check out Grumbly yet? So that way I remember. And hopefully I will answer you with, yes, of course I checked out Grumbly. Because I value your suggestions and I didn't forget. But I probably will. And it won't be because I don't value your suggestions. It's because I'm very forgetful sometimes. So I will definitely check. Because also, Art does mask making. Art of Kills in the chat. If he's still in the chat. Maybe he's lurking. I don't know. I know he was in here for a little bit. But yeah, he also does mask making. He's big into the Scream franchise. And yeah, he loves Halloween stuff. See, just sent you DM on Twitch. Okay, cool. I'm sure I will see that. And that will be very helpful to remind me. Let's see, so I don't want to do too much more sculpting work because I think some of the paint effects will be better, but I do want to do the gill indication, I think. I don't know. Let's see. I think I want to pose this tail up a little bit more. So what I'm doing here is I'm masking. And what's fun with the masking is that I need to not move so fast. I was messing up the tail geometry. So when you mask in ZBrush, there's lots of different ways you can do it. I like to use the lasso tool often. And then also when you tap on the model after you have drawn a mask, it does like a blend. It softens the mask, which is really nice. Just a quick way to do that. Cool. Yeah, so thank you for that, Kat. I really appreciate that. It's very nice to have you as a new addition to my stream, and absolutely as well, I'm sure it's going to be awesome to have you in Sad Swim's Discord. Ever growing, ever expanding. See, how's everyone else doing tonight? I know we talked about plans for tomorrow. But did anybody do anything fun today aside from start figuring out what new keyboard they're gonna get? See, happy got to meet you guys. See, I'll leave a lurkies because it's almost 4 a.m. here. Oh no, yes, you do need to go to sleep. Thank you for popping in so late. That's wild. Wild, wild, wild. Yes, get some sleep because it's only 7:45 here. So, wow. Let's see. Getting smacked on Fortnite right now. Oh no, oh no. Come on, lock in, Keisha. I know you can do it. Have you been enjoying the new season, Keisha? Locking in, good. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, it looks really fun. I think my kid's been liking it. I don't know, he's been like doing a lot of Pokemon lately. He just got into Fortnite and then he had to kind of switch back to Pokemon stuff with some events and things that are going on. All right, I'm going to start to turn the tail a bit. Now, last time it was very good question from actually a friend of mine, someone that I've mentored. She asked, why don't you just start in the pose? And I answered her then, but I'll also answer it now since I'm like starting to get into the pose. And that's because for me, in the work that I do, sometimes I will need to work on a character multiple times, and sometimes even for different clients. See, I'm almost with my battle. Oh, cool. With multiple clients, and in working with like a lot of pop culture characters, it's nice to kind of create a baseline that you can work with, so then you can reuse that character. Now, am I going to reuse Jeff? Am I going to do another pose with Jeff? I don't know. I might. And I'd like to have that comfort. To know that if I wanted to, I could. But again, thank y'all for being here. We're about 50 minutes in, so we're cooking pretty good. We're already starting to pose. I'll probably do a little bit of sculpting still through. Now it's the point where it's like, might as well wait for some areas until I get things in position. Then I can really see how the pose is going to affect the sculpt too. And then the other thing I got to figure out is just how big do I want this guy to be once I get him all posed up. That's a big question. All right, another thing I can do. No, I'm not going to do that yet. All right, We're getting there. Let's see. Tuck this a little bit. Okay. Looks like his butt's way higher, so we'll make sure to adjust that. Now I'm going to do something fun. So I grabbed, or I clicked on this little checklist thing. So right there, it's just one. I don't know if you can see it. So right now, it just has like a little one line with the check. And if I tap on it, it does multiple lines with the check. And that means that I can actually grab all the things at once and move them together. All right, so now that we got this kind of in place, just like start slowly shifting things around to kind of work with this pose that we got. Oh. There we go. I had to turn off the checklist. I was starting to move that stuff around too. All right, let's see if we can shift the fin a little bit. The fun part, we really got to move at this booty, but also keep the integrity of all this stuff going here too. That's not looking too bad. Still want to move his haunches down here a little bit. See if we can get this line of action a little bit better. going on here? Why isn't it letting me smooth that out? Oh, I think I know why. Samples is on. It's probably, there we go. All right. So I also like to go in and just sometimes look at the wireframe and see how it's flowing and use that as kind of an indicator of how to shift some of these bits around. Yeah, we're cooking along. Can use the move tool to kind of pull out and beef up some of this area in his shoulders. Now I kind of want to focus on this leg too. See, I really hate this file I'm supporting right now. Oh no, what's going on with that, man? Talk to me, tell me the struggle. And then I can talk to you about something that I printed today. And how actually surprised I was with how it turned out. Let's see, a lot of close overlapping teeth. Ooh, yeah, that's frustrating. See, it needs more gap or closed mouth. Yeah, that is a toughie for sure. Right now, I just printed out for a friend, and I'm gonna have to take pictures of it and send it to her. But she had a D&D mini. I might have to reprint it, not because the print didn't turn out well, but I don't know if the size is correct. She got it off of Hero Forge, and I added some stuff to the model to improve it for her to match some art that a friend had made of her character. So she got Hero Forge to kind of like get close, and then I think her friend, I don't know if her friend did the art before or after, and then I went in after the fact and added some details, not to like to get it exactly like, but to get it closer to her friend's illustration. So yeah, so that was kind of fun to do. And then she was like, yeah, I need someone to print it. She had someone to print it, but she didn't think that they were ever going to do it. So I was like, give it to me. And then I was like, I noticed that your illustration doesn't look exactly like the character. Do you want me to like improve it a bit? And so she's like, yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, so I fixed that up for her, and I printed it out today. And the prints turned out well, but I'm not sure if it's the right size for her. I just went off Hero Forge's size, which I assume would be correct, you know? But we'll see. I'll have to show it to her and see what she thinks. See, I've never used Hero Forge. Yeah, neither have I. Like, she sent me images of what she had done, and then she sent me the STL. And then I went in and kind of made adjustments on that and then set it up for print. And finally printed it out today. Like, I wasn't really behind, but I had meant to print it out last week and got kind of busy, and I don't see us like seeing each other like super soon. So it wasn't like a huge rush to like get it done, but I didn't want to like take too long, you know? So I'm happy that it's printed out, and I hope she is going to be happy with the size when I send her the pictures. And then now I got to just figure out when we're going to meet up so I can hand it off to her, so she can do whatever like painting or anything that she wants to do with it. Or maybe she's just ready to use it. I don't know if she's going to use it grayscale or not, you know? But yeah. How's everyone else doing tonight? Adam, you popped in for a second and said hi. I know you're often quiet, but we haven't talked in a few streams, so just wondering how you're doing, man. If you're doing anything cool, working on anything cool. Any nice plans for the holidays? I think that's one of my favorite parts of streaming, is just getting to kind of yap with people while I work. I really just enjoy doing that in general. See, still here lurking. Yeah, I figured, but just wanted to ask how you were doing. You can go back to lurking, no pressure. I always appreciate your lurks. It's nice to have you here. See, now one thing that Jeff has is he has the cute the beans, defeat beans. And I gotta add those, but I don't know exactly how I want to do that. I don't know if I want to like flatten them out or see. All is good, thanks. Been working on a Critical Role Sculpt. Oh, cool. What character? And again, if you're busy and you just want to lurk, that is enough information for me. Don't want to pressure you, but now you're talking about Critical Role, and now you got me interested. So at some point, I want to hear about it. If not tonight, you have to promise that it's going to be soon. Did they do their 3rd season yet? Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I'm not like caught up on the seasons, the campaign seasons. I've just mainly been watching the show, and I catch like episodes of the campaigns here and there. I'm really weird. I go in through phases watching folks play D&D. Let's see, 3rd season, yes. 4th season, no. Yeah, I know they're not to 4th season of the show, but I wasn't sure if, I didn't remember if 3rd season had come out or not. I thought it had, but I couldn't remember. So thank you, Josh and Adam, for the clarifications. Yeah, I need to catch up on that. Great show. Super cool, talented people. And I don't blame you wanting to do a cool sculpt from anything that they do. Let's see. I need to check out Mighty Nine. Yeah, me too, me too, me too. I kind of want to... I know it's like... You don't have to finish Vox Machina to like start Mighty Nine, and I know there's overlap. Like the characters... Like there's some characters from Vox that like come through Mighty Nine, but just for me, like I get weird and I'm like, yeah, I wanna finish that other thing first. So yeah, it's hard to keep up with the actual streams with them being so long. The TV show is much, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna hydrate. I haven't hydrated at all. Also, ad break is gonna be in 5 minutes. Actually, a little less than 5 minutes, about 4 minutes. So stick around, please, through the ads. Thank you. And we're cooking along. I actually didn't think I'd get to this point in posing before the hour mark. So that is exciting. Maybe we'll be able to finish this tonight after all. At least most of the posing stuff. The scariest part for me is going to be doing the head tilt stuff, because trying to get that really cute angle and not mess up too much of what's already going to be going. And also that's breaking the symmetry for the head at that point. Once the symmetry is broken, anything that goes on with the head that I need to readjust, I have to do it evenly just by eyeballing it, which is not a horrible thing, but it's still a little nerve-wracking. So I'm going to save that till I'm very much happy with where the body is. And then I'll probably start breaking symmetry like on lots of stuff. Like I already did with the tail, but that makes sense. That's not a big, crazy thing. But yeah, so plans once Jeff's posed, and I'm happy where the sculpt is, then that is when I'm going to talk to Wedge, and we're going to figure out when we can stream together and do that paint stream. And I kind of want to test some of my painting skills with this guy, and might talk to Wedge and see what stuff translates, because mostly we'll be yapping and just having a chill time. And I don't know if that stream is going to be one of my regular Saturday streams, or if it's going to be on a different day or time, because he is in Canada. Yeah, I did mess that up. All right, here we go. I'm gonna fix it now. But yeah, he's in Canada, and he is on EST time. So if we do it on a Saturday, I might do the stream a little bit earlier than normal. And then also possibility we might do it on a different day. But yeah, we will see. I'm just excited to do a collabby thing with him and to do some painting. I've been having fun doing some more color stuff in ZBrush. I don't do that too often, because all my stuff is always, it's meant for 3D printers and occasionally for color 3D printers, but most of the time not. Let's see, sorry, all my other days are. I guess you're just gonna have to watch the VOD then, Josh. I guess that's what you're gonna have to do. But yeah, that is. I'm really excited about it. As you can tell, like we've been kind of chatting at it, and I alluded to us doing that a stream or so ago, but I had not really started talking to him and confirming yet, so I didn't really want to let that cat out of the bag until Wedge was fully on board, and he is. And so now we just gotta figure out the schedule thing. Also, I can say this now, another fun thing that I'm gonna be doing is I have started talking to the guys from Between Two Sentinels. Oh, ad break. I'm gonna stop, and I'll talk about this when we get back. And Josh, you already know about this. Cat doesn't. She's lurking because it's 4 a.m. So even though she can hear through the ad break. Also, I'm assuming maybe Cat is not a she. All right, yeah. All right, I'm gonna save this. I have not saved yet tonight, I think. He's so cute. All right, yeah. A little bit I need to do before I start tilting that head. Might start to hear voices soon. It's getting close to my kiddo's bedtime, and he has to do bath time before bed tonight. So everyone's coming upstairs. I feel like this is going to be helpful. Kind of tell me I think I might need to bring his head a little bit lower when I pose it too. Oh, 15 seconds till the ads are over. All right, y'all are back. Thanks for hanging through the ads. I appreciate you. We're posing Jeff. We're getting closer to finishing, kind of posing the body. I'm just doing little tweaks right now. I was talking about something right before the ad break, and now I don't remember. Which kind of tracks when I was talking to... Oh, now I remember. So yeah, Wedge and I are going to do a painting stream, and then another thing that I'm going to do, it's not scheduled yet, but yes, Between Two Sentinels. They do a podcast. They're on YouTube. It is J-Shot and Machu Toys. And they reached out to me and were like, hey, would you like to join us on our show Between Two Sentinels? And I said that would be a lot of fun. And I did not lie to them, so I believe that and I agree with it. And I've not done anything like that before, so it's going to be very, very fun. I have gone on podcasts here and there, but not too often. So it's kind of exciting to be invited to one, because usually I've done it because I'm working on something that's, you know, related to the thing, where this was just like a, hey, you want to come on the show? And I said, heck yeah. Because what's fun, a little bit of lore, I did do a little work for them. As you heard the name Between Two Sentinels, so they have that refers to the Sentinels from the X-Men, and they have illustrations of them in their logo where they're like wearing a Sentinel type helmet. So I did that for some action figures, a 3D version of that illustration. And yeah, so that is, I think, kind of partly why also. Okay, I think I want to shift the collar a little bit before I start messing with the head. But I want to do all the things. Oh yeah, we need to up, yeah, exactly. We also need to upscale those for the newer Sentinel that came out with the I forgot what scale it was and how tall it was. I also wanted to do the HasLab one for them. And I kind of mentioned it, but like we never took that any further. Okay, so I'm going to turn off all this stuff except for the body. But the body I'm going to mask, and I'll go here. There we go. Bring that down a bit. Let's see. I think the X99 would be good. I think Machu got rid of his HasLab. Yeah, I mean, either way, I think it's the 90, or sorry, not 99, 97. I think it'll look better on that too, because I think the design of their logo, the simpler cartoonish nature of it, lends better to the X-Men 97 Sentinel design, since it is based off an animated version. It would work fine either way, but I just think it'll look better with that body, just because there won't be too much competing design going on. All right, let's see. I do want to check something real quick, because there is this like little thing that's in the back here that's indicated, and I think it's not raised up just in the video game just to keep it simpler, but I do think that is like a little bit of a sculpted detail, that would be nice. And let's see, do I have posable symmetry on? Yay! All right, so good news, kind of. There's something called posable symmetry. In ZBrush, and it means that even though stuff has moved, I can sculpt on both sides and still have it be in the relatively same spot, because it is actually using the geometry and where it's at to recognize the symmetry rather than just actual symmetry. And that is a really cool feature. It doesn't always work perfectly, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. But you can't assume that it won't work. And I just tried it, and it looks like it's working so far. I just kind of wanted to add this little bit in the back here as a sculptural detail. Because I know on sharks they do have this like little raised kind of bit on the tail. And like I was saying earlier, I do understand why they made this more of a graphic detail. For the character in game, but I would prefer it being a sculptural detail. All right, now I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth with the hard polish brush. What's cool about the hard polish brush is it's kind of like a flattened brush. So it goes in and smooths things out. Kind of a flattening motion, but if you use this alternate function, it kind of fills. But you kind of got to go back and forth with it when you're doing the fill. Because when it fills, it does like a weird edge. All right. I'm going to use the Damian standard on these little folds back here real quick. Just kind of sharpen them a little bit. Kind of go back and smooth it out a tad, because I don't want it to be too harsh. And then we'll go into posing the head. Like I said, I'm a little scared, but I'm not as scared now that I know posable symmetry is going to be coming back, or I have posable symmetry. And you know what? Since we're cooking so well tonight, before I get to posing the head, I think I do want to mess with the collar. Because as you can see in this little bit, there's a bit of a buckle thing kind of going, and a flap. Now it's probably right around this area right here. So I'm going to make a new bit of geometry, how I'm going to do this just for fun. I'm going to duplicate this collar. Try to do this quickly. All right, now we're on the duplicate part. And then we're going to go in with my Z modeler brush. Start with this. Nope. Then we got to delete the other subdivisions. There we go. All right. Delete hidden. We got that kind of curve thing that happens. At the end of the collar. Since the collar is a strap that goes all the way around. Now we got to curl it up a little bit. Okay. And this is about where the buckle's going to sit. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple more edge loops here. Pull those bits up just a little bit. Nice little hill going. I think also I want to add an edge loop here so we can get kind of a curl right there. Oh. Maybe a bit of a twist. All right, and since I don't have any subdivisions on this, I'm going to actually bring in a cube. Try to model this buckle around it really quick. Oh, autosave. Now ZBrush is interesting because when it autosaves, it doesn't save the tool that you're working on or the character or thing that you're working on, it saves a ton of projects that you might have open, and it's called a project file versus a ZTool file. So right now it's saving a number of things that I have open, like my Frurin and an Odious file and the Pocopia character that I'm working on and some other stuff. But if I want to save just Jeff, I have to go to save at the top right to save this tool. And usually it's a much smaller file. So that's why it's good to save like the individual tool files. Okay. It's kind of about where we want it. All right, now I'm going to separate this cube. Split unmasked bits. Now I'm going to start simplifying it, because the cube that it starts with comes in that quad divided form, and I don't want that right now. Because what I noticed with the buckle, it kind of had this flare to it at the bottom. So I want to do that flare. And I kind of want to raise this up so it's going to be sitting on him. And then I'll adjust the strap accordingly. And also what we're going to do is we're going to do this, we're going to do an insert or an inset using the ZModeler brush. So I have the ZModeler brush picked, and when I do spacebar, it shows a myriad of things that I can do with it. From beveling to bridging to creasing. Q-mesh is a very important tool within the ZModeler brush. Inserting edge loops or poly loops. And then inset will do one of these little numbers. It'll bring the geometry inward and create edges that come to the corners. And you can do that with a bunch of different subsets and different attributes adjusted. So yeah, I inset a little bit smaller on the underside since it flares out. Now I'm going to go with Q-mesh. And there we go, now we have a hole. So now we got a quick buckle, and then I can bring that strap back in. And now I can mess with this a little bit. Kind of fill in this space the way I want it to. And actually I should tilt this just a little bit back here, because it does got to go over the top of the strap as well. There we go. Alright, and then there's a little bit harsher of an edge, so I gotta match that with this. This is in a preview mode right now. So I think, again, if I use the ZModeler brush, I I'm going to go in, I'm going to insert, but I'm going to do one of my fun tricks that I like. I'm going to do multiple edge loops, but I'm going to set it to specific resolution and do only one and set interactive elevation. So it's just going to put one, but then I can change the elevation of it. That sharpens that up a little bit. Cool. All right, now when I divide it up, there we go. Now I match it, and now it looks like it's part of the collar. All right, so we're doing pretty good. Ooh, that's actually a bit thicker than I probably want it to be. So we'll go down to the lower subdivision level. There we go. I like that better. Still want it to be rather thick because when I print this guy out, he's probably going to be pretty small. Not too small, but he's going to be small. And I don't want that part to be too small and brittle. I'm probably going to go in and thicken up the teeth as well. My printer can do pretty high detail, but these are still going to be really sharp. So I'll probably just go in and inflate them right before printing, because I still want them to have this nice look now. But once we get into printing, I want to make sure that they're not going to break. And I'm not too worried about them being too sharp because I'm not going to be sticking my hand in that mouth. So yeah, there we go. Okay, I think we're ready to start tilting that head and getting that cute little look. What I'm probably going to do is not bring the collar over. So I'm going to hide the collar. I'm going to save this again right before. And then I'm going to do one of my favorite ways to pose things. Now I showed you how you can like move things around together with the gizmo tool by clicking that checklist. Right here. So that'll move things together, but if you really want to combine things for posing, we use something called Transpose Master. So I'm going to hit Transpose Mesh. Also, we're going to quick save real quick the whole project. All of the projects. Do it. Here we go, saving progress. And thanks to all the lurkers. You don't have to be quiet. I do like to chat, but I also know that some of you guys are busy. Josh, you're working on supports and you're frustrated. Adam, you're usually in your lurk mode. That's fine. I think Keisha left. Entertain me, Kevin. Let's see. Oh no, Keisha's playing Fortnite, so you're super busy. Okay. So now we're going to go into transpose. And what that does is it creates a low version of all the meshes and then turns them into one object, and I can just pose it all together. There we go. So now he's this low res mesh, and so now I can go in, I can start messing with this head, kind of figuring out where I want the pivot point to be. It's kind of down a little bit. It's really twisted. He's turning a little bit more so you can see that eye. The snoot's down. And I'll pull this, fix this up a little bit. There's definitely going to be some bits that need readjusting once we apply these changes to the regular model, but if I can adjust some of it now, it'll make it easier once we go back. And then there's still going to be resculpting that will have to happen. Which is totally fine. And honestly very normal in this situation. But it's always good in this particular instance. If I see anything that's kind of bugging me, I want to address it now. How big are you thinking of putting in? That's a really good question, and I don't really know yet. But obviously I kind of want them to fit in my hand, I'm thinking. Kind of palm of the hand. Maybe 3 inches, maybe 4. I might print him in like a couple different sizes just to see what he looks best in, you know? This is kind of fun in these colors. Okay. That actually was a bit smoother than I expected. You never know. I might also twist the body a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. All right, I think that's good for now. So I'm going to now transfer all of this, because what this did, it created a single object that has all these tools together. I can go back to Jeffy, and this is pre-pose. So here's the subtool, all separated still, and then I click on this, and this is the posed version, but this is all one object. You can see my list of things off to the right here. There's just T-pose Jeff Shark right here next to chat. But if I go back up to the shark, you can see all the different parts I have, the gums, the teeth that are all separated, the eyes, the body. So now I'm going to commit this pose to that other project. So it says T-pose subtool. So now it's going to move that information over. Bing, bang, boom. Yay. All right, now I'll turn the collar back on and see how much will have to be messed with. And not much, we'll just have to like kind of turn the collar a bit, maybe make some minor adjustments to parts of the collar. But yeah. I think that's looking pretty good. All right, so now we'll do what we did with the collar before. Why did you leave the collar out of the T-pose? Good question. So when it comes to like straps like this, I like to do them separately and a little bit more controlled because they can twist and do weird things, get thicker. Like sometimes if I did that twist, I would have to kind of do it separately anyway within that. So it's just easier to pose the body separately and then handle this together. But I only do that with smaller parts that need kind of a very particular look. Like when I did Freerin, I had all of her clothes on, but I did the capelet separate just because I didn't want to do any weird stretches and have to compete with it being in the way. I wanted to pose her and then pose the other bit separately. Similar with the collar here. I probably could have done it with it, but for me right now, this is just kind of made sense. And now I can go in. Another fun thing with this checklist, kind of move everything together a bit. I can go in and deselect the other stuff. So it's there, I can kind of see it, but it won't be moving with. So now I can kind of start by repositioning the collar. In general, doing the twist. Changing the position a bit. I can even see the shark body just enough. I can make some of these adjustments. But then as soon as I go off of that tool, the gizmo, that disappears anyway. Now most of the adjustments in the collar is just kind of adjusting the thickness at any given point. Yeah. I feel like his body needs to have more of an action line. So let's see. What can I do? Let's see. When are you going to sculpt the cloaca? Funny. I thought you didn't like the little nubbin thing in the back. You want a cloaca now? You're growing. Whoop. I've come around on it. Oh, good. I'm glad. All right, a fun fact. I remember how I told you that, you know, we had posable symmetry. As soon as I took it into that whole transpose master thing, that kind of destroys posable symmetry. So from now on, oh, something else I'm going to do. I'm going to save this as, probably should have saved a separate one before, but at least after the head. Head posed. I don't want to do this here. I'll do this with Jeff. Okay, save. All right, yeah, I'm going to bring his belly down a little bit. And yeah, in turn, bring his back, get a curve in his back up to his head here. But yeah, I hope that answered your question, Adam. It's one of those things where it's just like, you gotta feel it out. It depends on what order you want to fight an object. And I just felt in this instance, I wanted to deal with the collar separately. I didn't want to mess with it in that other state. So I just decided I kind of wanted to pose it after the fact, you know? But I totally could have done it together with. And probably would have been doing much of the same there as I'm doing right now. But yeah, I'm liking doing it at this stage. I think it almost looks like his cheek isn't as pronounced. I'll bring his mouth out a little bit just over here and then bring that cheek in. Kind of bring those bits out. And try to match that just a little bit over here. It's a little bit different because he's kind of like scrunching. So some of this would get a little bit of a bulge anyway. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, it makes sense. I try avoiding transpose master when I can. Fair. I really like transpose master, to be honest. It's a tool that I rely on a lot when I need to repose stuff. And I've been doing it for so long now that it kind of just, there's a second nature to it for me. So I don't really avoid it so much. But I understand why folks would. And I also think it makes sense why some would choose the path of posing first. Because yeah, if you are posing something after the fact, if you're going like, you know, an A pose, and then you want to get it into a pose, you kind of have to use transpose master. There's no other way around it. Right now, I'm just kind of going to just some of these areas and working on filling in the form, things that may have gotten stretched to a point that it lost its shape a bit. But I also got to be careful because there's some areas where there's some plane changes that are nice. And I don't want to undo any of that. But I'll be coming back through with the hard polish brush after smoothing all this stuff out, just to get some of that back, and to also take care of some areas where maybe the smooth didn't work exactly how I wanted it to. So yeah, I'm just using the clay tubes brush as kind of like a filler at this point. filling areas that I don't quite feel like they're hitting the mark. Then we have autosave again. And here we go, we're at the 2-hour mark, and we're pretty much where I wanted to be tonight, which is good. So I'm gonna keep going through, keep doing little tweaks here and there until we get to our, last ad break of the evening, and then we'll do our debrief. And I'll talk about what the next few streams are gonna look like. We're gonna have a bit of some schedule changes coming up because of things I have to do and obligations. Also some of the stuff that we're gonna be doing on stream. It's gonna change just a little bit. All for fun and good reasons. Meaning like what projects we're gonna be working on, when. Right now I'm just kind of going to some of these areas where there's collision and going to be like meat coming together and inflating, because then it kind of looks like the areas are pressing together just a little bit rather than colliding or doing like a weird pinch. Sometimes you need to go in and move a little bit to adjust the flow. Round out these haunches just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to start smoothing this stuff out, and then we'll see if I need to come in with a hard polish brush. It's going okay so far. Look at that little guy. He's so cute. don't know if I want to do anything on the inside of the mouth. All right, ads are going to start in 5 minutes. And once we get those ads over, we're going to talk about the next streams, some of the schedule that will change a little bit, what projects are going to be happening when. Some of that stuff will be pending, depending on schedule. But yeah. It's been a good night. Really appreciate everyone that's come through, hanging out. All the different ways that you've been interacting with the stream, whether you've been chatting or lurking, or if you're just out there live, just hanging out, not necessarily coming on in, just watching for a little bit. Also, all the folks that will eventually see this on YouTube when I finally get it uploaded. I'm very behind in schedule in uploading my VODs to YouTube, but I'm doing it. They're getting there. So if you miss streams, that's where the archive is. All right. Let's see. I think I could use this. Split. Unmasked point. Let's see if we can get some toe beans. I think that is one of the cutest things about Jeff, is that even though he's this aquatic creature, that they do the whole cat dog foot pad toe bean thing. Going to be nice about this is this can also help me with a little bit with the shape of the foot. Because they do kind of sync up and line up a bit with the beans. So having these is actually going to help me a little bit improve the foot shape. I figured he just had Pokemon. Yeah, yeah. No, he has little foot pads, little toe beans. And it's funny, because I think these are kind of off the toe just a little bit, but sometimes it looks like they're part of. So I think I'm just gonna have them be a little bit below. All right, ad time. We'll finish our conversation in just a bit. Thank you for sticking through the ads. Okay. So the first pad's in. I think I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger and move it just a little bit. There we go. All right, then I'm gonna take the whole thing. I'm back. Was watching the Michigan versus Arizona basketball game. Cool. Who won? I mean, I'm not a big sports guy, but tell me what's going on, Mr. of Kills. I also shouted you out earlier, so hopefully maybe some folks pop through your streams in the near future. Now that you're back, I'm just working on the toe beans right now. Why does this go up? Let's see, Michigan plays Monday in the final. Yay! Congrats. I'm assuming all you Michiganders are very happy. All right, let me finish these toe beans really quick. And then, since you're here, I can show you where we are at. You came in at a perfect time because it was an ad break. Now the ad break's over, but you probably had to watch ads to come in, so you didn't have to worry about the ad break. And good news, that's the last one of the night. So we're about to wrap things up. Try to position this last bean. There we go. All right, and now we're going to mirror it because the feet currently are symmetrical. Mostly. Oop. Okay. Oh, and I didn't smooth out these knees. There we go. All right, but yep, here we are. Let's see, I'm from Michigan originally. There's a lot of Michigan people in the sus community. I live in Tennessee, but I'm still Michigan at heart. Yeah, I think we've talked about that before. And yeah, I know everybody is from Michigan in the sus cord only because, so I met Sus through one of her friends, Sleebun, because I started watching Slee's streams and then I became a mod for her. And during Slee's birthday stuff, I reached out to Sus for help, and she was already helping Slee out a lot. And I already knew like she was from Michigan, so here's the two places of people that I am connected to the most: Michigan, Pittsburgh, because the other streamer I'm on for is in Pittsburgh, and so a lot of her Discord is all Pittsburghy folk, East Coast folk. And then now, luckily, some people that are in my neck of the woods, so that is a nice change. But yeah, it is funny how I kind of landed in this pool of people that are East Coast and like different sects of the East Coast. But I'm not mad about it. It's just very interesting. You never know where you're going to end up, who you're going to meet, and all the kind of fun, cool people that you're going to run into. Even the UK, because I've started to meet people from UK and Canada. So it's been really cool. All the people that I've been able to start to connect with and meet through all this Twitch and Discord stuff. I think I made him a little bit more stout than the reference. I can probably lengthen him a little bit more from the neck, pull him out, but I'm not sure if I want to. I mean, I kind of like how he's looking. He's a stocky boy, not a big thing. What I might do is move at least like the shoulder area, get a little bit more of a twist in there, and that might alleviate some of that, because there probably is a bit of a twist going on in there, but it's hard to tell from this pose. But I think that's where we're gonna stop tonight. Like, I'll probably fix that either at the beginning of or right before the paint stream to get him exactly where I want him. And then once Wedge and I can figure out when we want to do that, then yeah. Because yeah, look, there's more fin. That's probably cheated just a little bit. Although probably not. Could probably do this. Bring it out a little bit. Might even be able to tilt it just a tad too. Yeah, that helps. That looks right. But yeah, see, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the University of Michigan Children's Hospital. I had RSV when I was 2 weeks old. So that's how my dad and I are fans of Michigan Wolverines. Man, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that. You know, I'm glad that that place did something awesome for you and that you still have that connection. That's really cool. And again, thanks for sharing such a personal story. But yeah, so this is where we are stopping tonight. Jeff is pretty much posed and done. Also, fun fact, Scream 4 was filmed in different parts of Michigan, including Ann Arbor. Thanks for the Scream facts. Can always rely on you for fun Scream information. I was telling folks that you make masks and stuff too. Are you familiar with Grumby, I think? Let me see. I got a message. Let's see. Grumbly. Are you familiar with Grumbly art? Because they do mask streams. They also do other art stuff. So I'm going to check them out because Kat mentioned them. And yeah. Thanks, Kat Black, again. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I told you that I was going to talk about schedule a little bit. So let me bring up my calendar just to talk about that. So let's see. I'm going to try to see if I can work next stream out to be a paint stream with Wedge. See, on Twitch. Oh, wow. I am not familiar with that streamer. Yeah, I will check them out. I'll also send you the info so you can check them out too. Once I have the chance to do that, for sure. But yeah, next stream, I'm going to try to see if that can be the paint stream. If it can't be, I'm probably going to start working on some Odious stuff because I got a lot of Odious stuff to get done before the month is up. And the paint stream, painting Jeff with my buddy Wedge, who will be painting minis, might be at a different time because he's in Canada and he is also EST. So we just got to figure out what works best schedule-wise for the both of us. And then once that's done, I'm going to jump back onto FreeRen to start working on engineering to get her ready for print. And also I might even do a print stream with Jeff too. I got to figure out how big I want him and when I want to print him. Probably got to order some new resin too because that's happening. And then on the 25th of April, there will be no stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to move that stream to Sunday night or Monday the 27th. We'll see. Because if I can avoid canceling it altogether and just shifting it, that would be good. But just know that on the 25th, that Saturday, I will be out of town, so I will not be able to stream. But yeah, so to recap, gonna paint Jeff with Wedge. We're gonna just do a paint stream. As soon as I have the date for that, I'll start putting that on Instagram. My Instagram again is KGart82. If you don't follow me there, follow me already. Why don't you? That sounded rude. I'm sorry. Follow me on Instagram, KGart82. And then we're going to start working on the engineering for FreeRen. The base is very close to being done, so I'm gotta wrap that up now that this is done. But I still got to do Odious stuff, so lots of things I'm juggling. So it's going to be interesting what's happening from stream to stream over the next few weeks. But it's still going to be a good time, and it'll be nice to have you guys here to hang out. And I look forward to hearing more about the things that you're working on, and hope that you are continuing to do creative stuff for yourself as I am doing for myself, and hope you're learning a little bit on this journey as well. I like learning from you guys too. So if you ever have suggestions or tips, ZBrush or otherwise, yeah, share those on stream. Don't be afraid to share that information in chat. So with that, I think it's time to wrap things up. Anybody got any questions or thoughts before we bring this thing home? Yay, nay? One last good look at little Jeffy. And yeah, otherwise, if nobody else has any fun stuff to say, thank you again for joining me. I'm KGart82. Name is Kevin. I'm a sculptor, digital modeler, and I like spending time with folks doing artwork for myself and encouraging people to do artwork for themselves. So have fun, have a happy Easter, stay safe, and be creative. Have a good time, everybody.